Okay, well, obviously we played much better in the second half, made a few adjustments defensively that really helped us. We got beat once down the middle, got out of coverage. Overall, I thought defensively we played pretty good. We missed some tackles again in the first quarter. Did that last week, did it again this week. Tackled better as the game went on. Ultimately, we're going to have to tackle good throughout the game. And then we try to eliminate giving up big plays, but overall, I thought we did a good job defensively. Offensively, couldn't rush the ball again in the first half, and came back and made some adjustments in our schemes, ran the ball better. I know at halftime I don't think we had any yards, so we ended up 113. Not quite 4 yards a carry, so we still got a ways to go there. But overall, guys made some plays. Receivers caught the ball well in this game. Improved a lot in that area. Had a few protection issues. At times we need to get cleaned up. But I told the team, you know, I didn't really know how they would play on the road. We won a lot of games since I've been there on the road, a lot of big games. But I knew my team. I knew our team. I didn't really know how these guys would react. I don't know them real well. But I told them that they did a good job. They got behind on the road, came out, found a way to win, got some stops, got some fourth down stops. Defense did a good job in the last drive of keeping them out of the end zone, not giving them a chance for an onside kick. So it was a good win for us. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. We still got a long ways to go, but we stay with what we believe in. We keep working at the things that we think give us the best chance to have success and keep moving forward.
What was different first half, second half in the run game?
We changed concepts a little bit. We went from a little bit of an outside mid-zone to more of an inside zone. We were having problems. The backside backer was running through on us and couldn't get to him. So we changed our scheme up a little bit.
Mike, is there anything new you learned about your quarterbacks tonight?
I thought they all played good. Without watching tape, I thought they all played pretty good.
The order they came out in was different this week. What went into the way to start Bowman and
I don't really, we just rotate them through. Like Rangel was up, Bowman was up, Gunner was up. So now we put Bowman up, Gunner up, and Rangel up. Just like in kindergarten, single file.
You think you'll keep that up at least one more game?
Just watching them play, thought they all played pretty good. Just offhand, Bowman got pressured some. Gunner got pressured, I think, quite a bit. Rangel, a time or two. The last time we caught him in an all-out blitz and free released the back, and Dunn had a heck of a call there. Great call for us. And Garrett did a really good job of gaining some ground and some depth, putting air in the ball and getting out there to Presley.
Looks like you got Preston Wilson back out there for a little bit today. What did you like or not like about the offensive line today?
Well, without watching tape, it's really not fair. I know the backside backer was creating problems for us on a run-through. And then earlier we weren't as physical at the point of attack at the strong side. And that's when we made some adjustments. In the second half, again, without watching on tape, we ran the ball good enough for the rest of the year. If we can run like that in the first half and second half of the upcoming games, we'll be fine.
What would you do different in terms of the inside zone you talked about?
Yeah, so
why is it so easy to adjust? And is that not something you can do before the halftime?
We probably should have, to be honest with you, but the way we block certain plays, we're asking the backside guard to cut off that backer. And if we change the aiming point, the backside guard doesn't have to cut that backer off anymore. We're moving more toward him instead of away from him. The biggest adjustment that we made.
Defensively last week, you stayed in base pretty much the whole game. You did a couple of different things this week. Did you like what you saw out of the different things you guys did?
We did some different stuff tonight. We played quite a bit of even front. We played odd, but we played even. Mixed it up. Ultimately, that's where I'd like to get to. I don't want to do too much. I want to be good at something, but we played odd front and we played even front. It allowed CO to get on the edge and become more of a factor. You guys are up there watching. It's hard for me to see a lot, but it felt like to me he was more of a factor on the edge in this game than he was in the last game. And again, I'm not watching the tape. I'm just kind of seeing it from ground level.
Mike,
Mike, you guys had 3 really big stops there on 4th downs. What would you see from your defense in those situations?
We've worked on 4th downs more than anybody in the country in spring and August. I'm going to guess we did, because the coaches kept telling me, Coach, we've worked 4th downs so much. And I said, I feel like teams want to go for 4th downs more. And we weren't very good last year on 4th downs, and we didn't practice it. So you guys know it's 4th and 4. A lot of times, believe it or not, the cover guys don't play the sticks. Sometimes they'll let them catch it for 5. And in a conventional pass play, that's okay. Well, if it's 4th and 4 and they catch it for 5, it's usually a 1st down. That won't help us. So we got to play the sticks. We practiced it 20 times more than I've ever practiced it in my 19 years as a head coach. And so I feel like we're better at it, and I think it paid off for us tonight.
So what you're saying is you're teaching your guys to know the down and distance more?
Be aware. You'd be shocked if I mean, the stuff that goes on that you guys, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, really? If we don't practice it's 4th and 6, then they don't defend 4th and 6. If we don't practice it's 4th and 3, they don't defend 4th and 3. It's crazy. Just like the deep ball they hit us on over here, Rucker overran the ball. And it was 4th and 11 or something. And the corner wasn't supposed to jam and defend the wide receiver. He was gaining depth and letting Rucker come over the top. It was a halves coverage over there. But if it's 4th and 11, like I told him on the headphones afterwards, I know that call tells him to do that. But if the corner will jam that guy and stop him and make him bounce around, the pass rush is going to get to him before he can get in a route, and it's going to get 11 or 12 yards. It's just a feel, and these are things we have to work through. So that's why we played better, I'm convinced, because we practiced it a bunch.
Mike, if I could take you back just for a second, Kenny Dillingham's in a similar situation as you were during your first year coaching his alma mater. What do you remember about that first year as far as just setting your foundation, setting your culture, balancing the excitement, getting your roster straight, and the challenges involved in all that?
Yeah, he and I had a really good visit before the game. Really nice. I've kind of watched him some in his career, but he's really young, so there's not a lot of it. But we had a good talk, and if those guys ask me for advice, I tell them what my core values are, which is you got here for a reason. This is what you believe in. Do what you believe in. And it does take a little time. My first year was ugly. It was ugly because I changed a lot of roster and tried to figure out who we were, and I wasn't any good at what I was doing as a head coach, and it was a mess. And then you start to figure it out a little bit. I welcomed him to the league, told him I was excited for Arizona State to be a part of the Big 12 Conference, and I'm glad that they made it in. And look forward to playing him. I'm not looking forward to playing his quarterback for 3 more years. I watched him warm up, and he can spin it. I mean, once he figures out what he's doing, could be an issue for people.
How'd you feel you guys contained him today?
Pretty good. He got out a time or two, but overall, I thought we did a good job of containing him. He up and undered us a few times, and that's going to happen some with a guy like him. You're not going to contain him all the time. As soon as you don't rush and worry about containing, he's standing back there. Then as soon as you're out of control, then he up and unders you. There's got to be a happy medium. It's the guy that just got the big contract for the Niners, the defensive end. I don't know his name. Good player. Yeah, the guy that just got the big contract. When you watch him, I watched a bunch of his stuff. He takes that perfect angle, and if he doesn't think he can get around the tackle, he drops his hips and picks the tackle up, dumps him in the quarterback. He doesn't just run out of control. He understands that gray area, and I know he's the best in the world at it, but he does it the right way. He's fundamentally very, very sound, and that's what we have to do when we play these athletic quarterbacks. You can't just be out of control, and I thought we did a better job of that.
You talked about missed tackles last week. What did y'all do this week in practice to improve that?
We tackled in practice. We'll tackle this week. We had them. I know of twice on 3rd down the first half we had them if we missed tackle, right? And one time it was 3rd and I think 9, and both linebackers missed. So we got to get guys down. We got to get them down, and they know that. Okay, we just need to work it. Part of that is on me because we didn't tackle very much, but we're tackling now, and that should get a little better each week.
Mike, did you, how upset or worried were you when you guys had 1st and goal and took the delay and ended up having to kick a field goal that kept it a 1-possession game?
So what happens there is that's a good teaching point for all 3 of our quarterbacks. Okay, when all that mass transit's going on, and you can't tell if you're supposed to snap the ball or not, you can turn around and look at the white hat. And if the white hat's doing this, you can't snap it. If the white hat's doing this, it's game on. There was 3 times tonight when the white hat was doing this, we could have snapped the ball. But
oh, because they were late getting on the
yeah, so they give them their
field.
time, and then like a couple times they double subbed. Like the guy came out, then they decided to send another one. Well, you can't do that. I mean, by rule, you're free game. So he held it for a little bit, and then he walked off. Well, when he walked off, we could have snapped it. I think 3 times tonight. One obviously was a big one, and we coach Rangel up on that. And look at the white hat. He's going to tell you what to do. So that's a good teaching point for us.
How crucial was all his success, especially in the second half, just getting him touches and getting him more involved in the running and passing game?
Who's that now?
Ollie Gordon.
Oh, I thought all 3 backs played good, right? Let's see, Ollie had, I can't find it, Ollie had 50, Jaden had 45, and Elijah had 33, and Elijah had 1 or 2 called back. I mean, I thought all 3 of them played good. I mean, we need all of them. We're going to need them all.
Last question for Coach.
Was the second half defense as simple as you just tackled better and didn't give up a big bust, or was there more to it than that?
We tackled better, and they used a little bit more of some trap coverage, that some things we hadn't shown last week, to show one look and then play another one. But without watching tape, I'm going to say the best thing we did was tackle better. And I thought we rushed the quarterback better in the second half. Am I wrong or right? I thought we didn't we get?
Yeah, you got way more.
Yeah, I thought we had guys around him, and we affected him much more in the second half than the first half. Even in the third quarter, I thought we were affecting him.
It's gonna feel like you wore them down, maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to tell. We made a few adjustments. It's hard to tell. It's tough when you have a freshman quarterback. It's difficult. It is for me. Has been in my history with the freshman quarterback. It's tough to make adjustments, which I'm sure they know that. And so I'm not really sure there.
Thanks, Coach.